A powerful earthquake has hit Afghanistan, killing at least 950 people. The quake, measuring magnitude 6.1, struck in the east of the country, about 40 kilometres from the city of Khost, near the border with Pakistan. More than 600 people have been injured, and there are fears the death toll will keep rising. Afghan authorities say they've launched a rescue effort, and they're appealing for international help.
Well, meanwhile, Russia's foreign ministry has summoned the EU's ambassador to Russia over what Moscow calls a blockade on goods transiting through Lithuania to the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. Lithuania halted the rail transit of goods, including construction material, metals, and coal, after a new package of EU sanctions against Russia came into force late last week. Kaliningrad is wedged between NATO members Lithuania and Poland. Russia's Security Council secretary warned Lithuania of, quote, serious consequences if the ban isn't lifted.
Lebanon's energy minister Walid Fayed puts pen to paper, officially signing a gas deal with Egypt. For the people of Lebanon, it's much anticipated. Currently, they are only allowed 2 to 4 hours of state electricity a day. For years, the Lebanese have relied on private generators for electricity, but now fuel prices have risen to unaffordable levels. For many, that is no longer an option.
The signing of the gas deal is undoubtedly a big day for Lebanon, as it's been in the making since last year. But experts also warn against overstating its significance, as there's still a long road ahead to get the gas into Lebanon. And stable electricity is but one roadblock in the country's multi-headed crisis.
Seconds from a fiery emergency, Red Air Flight 203's Miami approach looked routine, even peaceful. An aviation watcher posted this video and noted the landing gear was down. And yet the flight's return to Earth goes horribly wrong. An apparent nose wheel collapse sends the McDonnell Douglas MD-82 veering left off Miami International's runway, crashing through a communications tower and a small building, bursting into flames. 126 passengers and crew had made the 2-hour flight from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, all forced into a surreal slide down emergency chutes to the tarmac, and a view of their jet ablaze as fire crews smothered it in foam.
Tonight, with the first surveillance images from inside Robb Elementary, a searing indictment of the police response.
There's compelling evidence that the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure.
In fact, the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety, Stephen McCraw, testifying that police had the weapons and the equipment to storm the classroom 3 minutes after the gunman entered the school.
3 minutes after the subject entered the West Building, there was a sufficient number of armed officers wearing body armor to isolate, distract, and neutralize the subject. The only thing stopping a hallway of dedicated officers from entering room 111 and 112 was the on-scene commander, who decided to place the lives of officers before the lives of children.
That on-scene commander, the embattled school district police chief, spotted today after testifying in a closed hearing.
Chief, what anything to say to the parents?
Pete Arredondo recently telling the Texas Tribune that while he didn't think he was in charge that day, he called for tactical gear and a sniper. But this image, obtained by ABC affiliate KVUE in Austin, shows 2 officers with rifles and a ballistic shield of 25 total in the building. And investigators say kids and teachers would wait 74 minutes for police to act.
South Korea is no longer a safe haven from monkeypox. The Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency confirmed the country's first case of monkeypox on Wednesday. It said there were 2 suspected cases, 1 Korean citizen and a foreign national. The Korean citizen tested positive after showing symptoms such as fever, sore throat, and fatigue upon entering the country from Germany on Tuesday afternoon at around 4 p.m. It has been reported that the person also suffered headaches 3 days before arrival and are currently receiving treatment at Incheon Medical Center west of Seoul. Meanwhile, another suspected case was a foreign national who entered the country on Monday. Symptoms such as a sore throat and skin lesion has begun to show the day before. The foreign national, however, tested negative.
Three deaths and 36 people kidnapped is the result of the latest attack against two churches in Nigeria's Kaduna state. The attack took place on Sunday, and details of the outcome were revealed on Monday by a local government official. The authorities blamed the attack on gunmen known locally as bandits that are mainly active in northwest Nigeria. This latest incident came 2 weeks after gunmen killed 40 people at a church in the usually safer southwest region.
Protests against Zimbabwe's government are rare here. Doctors and nurses in the public health sector know they are taking a huge risk. In the past, some workers have been victimized or fired for speaking out about working conditions and salaries. But these people are growing increasingly desperate and say their wages are being eroded by rising inflation. It's the second walkout by health workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Last week, unions rejected the government's offer to double member salaries. A 100% wage increase may sound like a lot, but inflation reached more than 130% in May. That means it'll do little to help people facing a rising cost of living.
In what many see the biggest step yet in repairing strained relations between Turkey and Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is set to visit Ankara.
Inshallah, Ankara'da.
We will meet him in our presidential palace, and we are going to conduct bilateral meetings, and we will find a chance to discuss how to improve Turkish and Saudi relations to a higher level in the upcoming future.
Relations between the two Muslim countries have been strained since Turkey supported popular movements linked to Muslim Brotherhood after the Arab Spring in 2011. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Egypt saw the movement as a threat to the balance of power in the region. A blockade of major Turkish ally Qatar by its Gulf neighbors in 2017 further pushed the two countries apart. But it was the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi in the kingdom's consulate in Istanbul in October 2018 that firmly shut down their ties.
Narcotics police in Colombia have seized thousands of pounds of what looked like potatoes in a shipping container. Take a look. Turns out they were actually 1,300 kilos of cocaine shaped like potatoes and yucca. Traffickers used hydraulic presses to mold the drugs to look like the real food. Alarms went off when the bags they were found in had no expiration dates. The cocaine was meant to be shipped to several European ports, and police say that it is one of the most innovative tricks they've ever seen to traffic illegal drugs.